Hey guys, welcome back to CLOWNFISH TV. This is Kneon. I'm going to do a quick video update on Rooster Teeth. Talked about Crunchyroll this morning. We might as well talk about Rooster Teeth since they're both owned by the same parent company, that being Warner Media, which is owned by AT&T, which is, cutting back the fat. They're shutting down companies. They're talking about selling companies. They're laying people off. It's a mess, and I think we're in the end game for Rooster Teeth. I think there's some stuff going on with Rooster Teeth right now that seems to indicate that they're trying their very best to look like they're valuable to Warner Media, and really there is no need to keep them around. There's no more reason to keep Rooster Teeth around than there was Machinima, and that was one of the first YouTube channels that AT&T, when they bought Warner, They cut Machinima, which had 12, 13 million subs on YouTube. At one point, Machinima was the biggest YouTube channel, and it was still pulling in lots of views, and they shut it down and they purged all the content. And that was last year. That was about a year and a half. And I think Rooster Teeth is going to get the Machinima treatment here pretty soon. I think what we're seeing right now from them is a desperate attempt to look valuable in some way to AT&T, Time Warner, or Warner Media, whatever the hell they call themselves now. But I think it might be too little, too late. And we're going to talk about how they're going all in on politics over at Rooster Teeth. Because, one of the complaints that Rooster Teeth employees have been throwing their way is that they treat their employees poorly and that there's toxic company culture. I know Mika Burton came out and said she had no problem with Rooster Teeth fans. She had a problem with the way she was treated at Rooster Teeth, by Rooster Teeth. So of course the solution is to throw fans under the wheels of the bus, and every company does this. We're gonna talk about Rooster Teeth doubling down on their politics. This is coming from Bounding in the Comics. RWBY production company Rooster Teeth contradicts previous statements about inclusion, tells customers to get lost if you're not with us. This is, I believe, a last-ditch effort to save Rooster Teeth. They've had a lot of really bad press lately, and there's some other stuff going on with them that just looks like they're trying to say, hey, we're cleaning up our act, guys, we're fine. Again, coming from Bounding in the Comics, RWBY production company Rooster Teeth, part of AT&T's Warner Media, recently took to Twitter to declare that the company stands for social justice and told their customers to get lost if they weren't with them, a contradiction to their previous statement made earlier in August. I'll have to look into that. Rooster Teeth wrote on Twitter, "This is your regular reminder that we happily and proudly stand for social justice. We have no tolerance for racism, sexism, or harassment of any kind. If you're not with us, this isn't an airport. No need to announce your departure." Again, the complaints coming from the employees were pointed in the direction of Rooster Teeth. Coming from Mika Burton was pointed at Rooster Teeth, not at the fans. She never said the fans were horrible. She said that there were some things that were said during live streams that were not very nice, and Rooster Teeth should have done more. But she said it was Rooster Teeth, the company, that she had the problem with, and not the Rooster Teeth fandom. This statement directly contradicts statements the company made earlier in August. As part of their announcement that they were removing a number of videos from their platform, that they no longer feel comfortable hosting on their platforms, they indicated, Rooster Teeth stated, they want to be more inclusive of all people. They announced the removal of the videos on Twitter. Their first tweet stated, "Today, as part of a larger content review process, we're removing some videos we no longer feel comfortable with. We took an honest look at 17 years of videos, many of them made live and uploaded on a daily basis, and concluded some do not fit the ethos of our company today and are counterproductive to the work we're striving to do to be more inclusive of all people." Warner Media took a good hard look at Ellen after complaints from employees. And they're probably taking a good hard look at Rooster Teeth, because they actually said that they were going to bring in a diversity and inclusion person to go through all of Rooster Teeth's content and make sure that it's current year, even the stuff that's 17 years old. So, according to Bounding in the Comics, they're making it very clear that they want nothing to do with true inclusion, writing, "If you're not with us, this isn't an airport. No need to announce your departure." Well, people do that. We've had that happen too. We have people who are like, I was a fan of your channel and you said something I didn't like, or you didn't like something I liked, or actually I've never been a fan of your channel. I'm just going to come on here and tell you I'm a fan of your channel. I'm going to write this big 9-paragraph missive about how I'm leaving and how disappointed I am in CLOWNFISH TV. And then someone else is going to pop up after I leave that writes essentially the same thing. Because I've got multiple alt accounts. You have to tell you that we hate your channel. It's just go. Just go. Next, they stated, we aspire to entertain our existing community while fostering connections with broader, diverse audiences. Any content that doesn't do that doesn't belong on our platform. I would like to think that most people understand live streams from 17 years ago might not reflect the company as it is today, considering most of those people are probably not even with the company. Like, all of Rooster Teeth's founders are jumping ship, are getting fired. I mean, come on. We've had so many Rooster Teeth people leave. The company is not what it was. And the reason they're leaving, in my opinion, is they know what's next. The Machinima treatment. The Machinima treatment. So Rooster Teeth detailed they would not only begin removing videos from their platform, they'd also begin editing videos that are currently on there as well. We're going to censor ourselves. They stated the review is ongoing. Over time, we will also edit videos, provide disclaimers, trigger warnings where appropriate, and continue to remove content if we choose. They then asked for customers to hold them accountable. Don't. Because a lot of people who are going to hold you accountable are not actually customers. This is an ongoing process, and this is by no means our last update. Actions speak louder than words, and we hope you see our actions clearly now and in the future. We talked about this before. They actually had a diversity, equity, and inclusion role. I think that might be Warner Media because of the complaints. Because there have been a lot of complaints at Rooster Teeth, and as I understand it from people who used to work for Rooster Teeth, it's way worse behind the scenes than what you're hearing about. There's a lot of very low morale at the company. Employees were not treated very well. We heard about the issues with crunch. Of course, that is a problem with pretty much any animation or game studio, but Rooster Teeth handled it much poorer, I guess, than some of their counterparts. And then we had Mika Burton come out and say that she quit not because of the fans, not because of those toxic man babies, but because the company did not support her. Now we've got all the founders leaving. I mean, look, all of this is adding up to one big colossal shit show, right? Rooster Teeth is going to get the Machinima treatment. Not only are the founders leaving, not only are they being censored now, possibly by Warner Media or possibly internally to be like, hey, we're cleaning up our act. But now they're trying to prove that they're still worth it by whoring themselves out to create content for other streaming services, which I'm really surprised about. But I guess, as I understand it, the Transformers thing was kind of what was left from Machinima, that they were working with Machinima or something to do the other Transformers shows, and it just got kicked over to Rooster Teeth. Now, we've got some sources close to Warner Media in the animation side of things, and from what I understand, and I don't know if this is still the plan or not. I mean, these are the same people that said that the long-term plan was to possibly roll Crunchyroll into HBO Max, which maybe it'll happen if they can't sell Crunchyroll. But we've heard that the long-term plan is probably to have Rooster Teeth be folded in under Cartoon Network Studios. That it basically the Cartoon Network Studios produces all of the animated content, whether it's CG or 2D or whatever, for HBO Max and for movies and direct to Blu-ray and all that crap. That Rooster Teeth just will no longer exist as we know it right now. That they'll could potentially shut down the Austin studios. They already have a studio out in LA producing Transformers and stuff like that. I have no idea, but it doesn't look good. And I'm going to show you some other stuff here too. Let's look at Rooster Teeth. That's D- on Social Blade. Rooster Teeth is declining rapidly on YouTube. Now they keep pushing people over to their website, but look at this. This is just, look, in April of 2020, they got about as many views as we do. And it's fucking Rooster Teeth. Just 2 years ago, they were averaging like 40, 50 million views a month. And it's just been a long, look at the decline just in the last year or so. negative 10,000 subs. They keep losing, negative 20,000 subs. People are jumping ship. They're quitting Rooster Teeth. Look, their views for this month down 50% from last month. They're not bringing it. People are leaving. You know, Warner's they're gonna pay attention to this. You know, again, Machinima was in a much, much better place. They shut the damn thing down. It wasn't worth the money at the time to keep it going. And Warner's looking to cut corners everywhere they can. I mean, you look at Warner Media layoffs, and they're just trying to refocus everything on HBO Max. They're laying people off at DC Comics, DC Universe. It's a bloodbath. Now, here's what I think Rooster Teeth is trying to do. Not only position themselves as an animated content provider, animation studio, but now they're trying to get into podcasting, because that's a buzzword. So just a couple of days ago, Rooster Teeth taps AJ Feliciano to head up video-centric podcast network, The Roost. They've tapped a new executive to oversee the podcast network, The Roost. AJ Feliciano, who's been with the company since 2017. I guess he worked in sales. The Roost counts more than 70 shows that clock more than 280 million monthly video views and 10 million monthly audio downloads. The Roost aids in brand development, turnkey sales services, production and marketing, e-commerce events and distribution. Video podcasts are available on YouTube. So where are they getting these 280 million monthly views? Because I'm not seeing anywhere near 280 million monthly views on their YouTube channel, unless they have multiple channels where they keep the podcasts. They said, you know, their subscription service first. You can't see the numbers on that. And Spotify. Here's the thing. Podcasting. Podcasting is a buzzword now because of Spotify, you know, offering up, what was it, like $100 million or something to Joe Rogan. So now everybody thinks that Spotify is where it's at. They're all jumping ship from YouTube to Spotify. That's the next thing. So they're probably figuring if they can't, get Warner Media to think they're valuable on YouTube or valuable to create animated content, they can clean up their act and jump ship to Spotify, and that's how they're going to justify their existence. I don't know. I don't think it's going to work. I think Rooster Teeth is not long for this world. Maybe they'll stick around another year or two, but it just doesn't make sense because there's really nothing, beyond RWBY that they have going for them. I mean, what do they have going for them? All the core members pretty much have left. They got a couple founders. RWBY is winding down. Genlock didn't really take off. Fans are freaking leaving. I mean, look at this. They're losing tens of thousands of people a month. They're jumping ship. They don't give a shit about Rooster Teeth anymore. And I'm telling you, coming out and making very strong political statements like that, knowing that your fandom's probably split down the middle on politics, is never good for business. It's not going to work the way they think it's going to work. Personally, I think it's just deflection and posturing because we know that they're not actually that inclusive. They don't actually treat their black employees very well, and some of the people that contacted us, I would consider them to be diverse employees, and they said they were treated horribly at Rooster Teeth. The culture is legitimately toxic over there, and I think it's about game over. I think it's about game over for Rooster Teeth. Just an opinion, based on what I'm seeing. I'm going to wrap this one up. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, and we'll talk later.